Hey Scruffy, how you doing? Wow, silent meows. He's like miming him. So you feeling better after vomiting last night? So if you didn't catch it, yeah, he threw up his food. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason for it. So sometimes he eats too fast, sometimes he's scared by something. I don't think either was the case last night. So tonight we have a new can of cat food. It's meaty pate with real chicken and tuna. So I think that's probably actually the best one. I don't know, maybe the Hardy Cuts with real beef and chicken, or no, real chicken and beef. Got fleas. Okay, how about I bring out your food? Okay? Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna pick up your food and bring it out. Okay. You're gonna have to back up. Yeah? So, it doesn't look like you're gonna come in. So you're blocking my path. So you have to block my path, I can't bring out your food. Yeah. Just wanna talk? I don't want to let in all the bugs. So I'm going to start inching towards the door. Want your food? So starting to get a little louder with meows. Okay, so I'm at the door threshold. I'm going to come out. Looks like he's about to move, and then he stopped. Yeah? I don't know. What are you hoping for? Just like sitting there? So you want your food. Yeah, you like your food. I hope you don't throw it up tonight. So I'm looking around to see if there's any new cat vomit. I don't see any. Okay, I'm going to inch a little closer to the door here. Yeah. Okay. Can I bring out your food? Okay. Okay. I was going to hiss there for a second, but he didn't. So it's good. Okay, you get your water. Okay. Close the door. And let's change your water, okay? Okay. Oh wow, I got a lot of ants in your water. Actually, better check the cat food. See if the ants are back in it or not. I'll do that later. Okay, so I'm gonna sit down, put the glove on. Okay. So there was a louder meow. You're under the chair. So I guess, yeah, I should fill you in on last night. So as I mentioned, Scruffy threw up. And then after he threw up, he walked away. And so I ended filming. So after I stopped filming, I cleaned up his vomit, and I put a little extra dry kibble into the bowl. There was still some wet cat food in there, so I basically just left the wet cat food there, added some kibble to it to make up for all the vomit, or all the food that he lost through vomit. And then basically I just left the bowl out, and then he could eat when he came back. So I caught him probably within 5 minutes he came back. I was already inside, but yeah, he was eating from the bowl. I didn't have the camera. I had already hooked it into transfer. Honestly though, yeah, he just smacked his foot on the deck. I don't know what that was. But yeah, anyway, I let him eat, so he basically just stayed at the bowl. And I think, yeah, he saw me through the window, and he didn't. Since I didn't try to come out, I don't think, yeah, he cared. So he was just happy to eat. So I didn't bother him, and I was hungry, so I went off to eat my dinner. And then when I came back, he was gone. So I cleaned up his bowl, and that was the end of the night. So yeah, so I don't know what caused him to throw up. So I hope he doesn't throw up tonight. So I don't know, maybe he was just like the petting too much last night. Got too excited. So today the weather warmed up a little bit. It actually was supposed to warm up more than it actually did, but yeah, it was warmer than the past 3 days, so had to try to stay cool a little bit. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. So if it stayed like this all the time, I'd probably be okay with it. I prefer the last 3 days, but this is tolerable. So I did have a lot of things to do today, so I had trouble sleeping again, so I ended up waking up early, and yeah, a lot of things I had to do. Actually, I had to run some errands today. First time I've been out in a while. Not for groceries though. So I had a bunch of miscellaneous things that have been backlogging. So I think I mentioned a while back, I bought some little extension cords for my headphones. They're coiled wire extensions. So the problem I have is I often break the cord in my headphones. I'm not sure why. I think it's just stress, the stress of pulling the cord and where it connects with the iPod. So I buy Koss headphones, and they have a lifetime warranty guarantee, but you have to pay them I keep raising it. I think it's like about $10 now for them to repair it, which includes the shipping and handling. It's not exactly cheap, but It's cheaper than buying a new pair of headphones all the time. So one idea I've been having, or I've had, was if I get like a coiled headphone extension, maybe that will break instead of the headphones, because basically as a coiled wire, basically any stress will be applied to the coiled wire first, so it'll stretch it kind of like a rubber band first, and then relieve the stress on the main headphone wire. So I've been trying that for the past year or two now, and I think it's been working, but I actually recently lost my headphone coil. I think I've actually lost 2 of them so far. So they do break, but my headphones have stayed, I think, working. So I guess it's a win as long as the coiled headphone thing is cheaper. But I noticed they kind of gone up in price too. So I just actually bought a new set, but yeah, because everything's gone up in price, I had to buy a set of 2, and that was $10. And I said, well, okay, I mean, I break them, so buying 2 is not necessarily a bad thing. And Scruffy's calming down, so maybe it's time for food. Let's get your food. Okay, ready for food. And get your brush. So anyway, I finally get the package, and turns out one of the 2 cables is kind of defective. So one of them works okay. The other one is, the socket is really, really loose, or it's not connecting correctly or something. So when the headphone connector plugs into it, it constantly loses the connection. So you have to kind of keep twisting it around or turning it to make it reconnect. And so when I'm running, it's jiggling around in my pocket and it keeps losing the audio connection, and it's basically no fun. And so you buy something, you kind of expect it to work. The other one works fine. So I've been debating, do I really want to return it? Because if I return it, I have to order another pair or another one, and then I gotta actually take it somewhere to return it, and it's kind of a hassle since I don't go out much. And the other one does work, and the next one I buy, who knows if I'm going to have the same problem or not, or if it's going to be worse. So anyway, I only have a few days left to return it, and so I finally decided I'm gonna return it. So so that was one of the errands I had to do. So I had to take it to Amazon Return Center. So I probably should have used this time to find another one and order it, so I'd get basically kind of cross shipping, so I wouldn't have an interruption in not having one. But I wasn't that thoughtful, didn't plan ahead, so right now I don't have one. So it's just my headphones and my iPod, and I hope I don't wreck my headphones in the meantime. So another thing I had to do was banking paperwork and insurance paperwork. So all tied to my dad's stuff. So there's been a bunch of paperwork that institutions have been needing that I haven't had access to. My kind of miscellaneous things, but I needed to find certain documents, and I've been having trouble finding those documents, um, and so I think, yeah, so I believe one of the documents I needed was actually in safe deposit box, so I had to go to my dad's bank and get the safe deposit box access and try to find the documents. And then there was a random consumer class action lawsuit award for buying some things, and yeah, I guess they were defective, and so I guess my dad bought something, and they just mailed out checks. It's under $10, but they made it out to him, and so I needed to go to a bank that would let me cash the check that was made out to him, and I'd already started all the account transfers, so I was like unclear now at this point because it's been a little over a year now. Actually, no, it's probably been about a year, and so I wasn't sure if I wasn't clear which banks would let me cash a check under his name at this point, because I'd already been doing all the paperwork, and so everything I had to do, and then I think there were a couple other things I needed to do at the bank, and then the insurance company, and then I was really close to a supermarket, so I actually walked in just to see how busy it was. Because I didn't need, but I could use a few groceries. I can go a bit longer, but it looked really busy, so I decided, I didn't feel like waiting in a really long line to get just a couple groceries, so I left. So it looks like Scruffy's almost done. I think he's eating faster than last night. So I hope he doesn't throw up. So this morning was actually kind of cool, even though it was supposed to be hotter today. The morning started off actually really cool. The sky was overcast, and early morning I saw Scruffy out on the deck in the unshaded parts near the railing. And he was just kind of sitting there. I think he was hoping to get warmed up by the sun. Looked like he was kind of sitting in a kind of a trying to keep warm position. So I haven't seen him out there in a while. I think it's been over a month since I've seen him out there. I think the last month or more he's been under this covered section of the deck, like on the big table or on the gray mat. I haven't seen him out in the sun in quite a while. Not that there was actually any sun today, or at least this morning. The sun finally did come out later, I think around noon. The sun finally came out, and then that's when it started really heating up. And I saw Scruffy under the round table. So he was in the shade, and he was sleeping under the round table. And actually, that's the first time I've seen him under the round table, I think, in over a month, too, because he's been mostly on the big table and on the green mat, I think, for over the last month. I haven't actually seen him out there in a while. And I think I saw him sleeping there all afternoon until dinner time when I didn't see him. And he was right next to the door again, so I couldn't see him, so... But, I think he had a pretty lazy day. But, he changed up the schedule, or, changed up his, sleeping areas. And speaking of which, I saw Boots today on the way back from the park. He was actually kind of far down, so he was several blocks down. He was much further than I've seen him. He was actually close to that house with the cat that hangs out in the front, and the woman feeds him. So yeah, Boots is actually really close to that. I saw him walking down the street along the curb, and he saw me, and then he ran into somebody's front yard. So yeah, Boots gets around the neighborhood. But yeah, it's probably good that he's that far down. Probably leave Scruffy alone. So Scruffy's not hanging around. Okay, well, guess that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.